slammed the pallet and it put him on the other side.
I panicked. I freaking panicked.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little preoccupied. I mean, who's been hooked here? I can't believe she did that. I don't think anyone's gonna want to kill it.
Shut up.
Why would I play Snipe?
Oh fuck, shit, fuck, I might go down here. Just kidding, I'm goated. What? I feel scammed. Well no, I feel like the range. Bagley.
I sabotaged that
There's no way of stopping. I've saved it hard for that moment. Thank you, thank you. Exhausted while asleep would be cool. I was gonna say earlier with what Boiler Dwarf was saying, maybe an add-on where.
Doing great, buddy. I have my ult. Oh, I almost.
Holy shit.
Say shit a little bit. That's how he says it in American.
Nope, please, I just got 2 kills.
Though it's Bo, that was honestly
I know.
so
She kicked my ass. She kicked my ass.
No.
No, the meatball. No.
That's a good one.
Brad, I called you like so bad.
Oh Jesus. I got a kill?
Oh, I'm trying.
I'm a sleeper agent.
Did you say step in the jump rat trap?
Don't step in the trap.
Oh my god, Mercy was so close.
Going in, boys.
Oh, Mercy above.
Whoa. Do the combo positive.
Oh my god!
No, Sugar, please, come on.
Oh my god, get the Reaper behind, please. Turn around, please. Wayne. 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 There we go.
no, he stood up.
Hi. Okay. Momentum lost. Oh my god, Ken! What's up, dude? What up, nerds? Playing some Dead by Daylight tonight. I'm still getting set up a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me okay and everything. I'm chewing on a piece of gum as well, so if that gets super obnoxious, please let me know. But hey, Ken. Hope you're doing well, bud. Let me know how things have been if you want. Close tabs. Just doing my normal thing. Shamelessly plugging in Discord servers. Salut, mon ami. Comment ça va? I really want to get better at French, and I want to find some French mods. Then I can try to build a French-speaking audience. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then the dream is to learn more languages and just expand my audience. I think that's what a lot of streamers are sleeping on, because they only stream in English. Ken, this might be your last stream for a while. What's going on, bud? Hopefully good things. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be honest, I did not sleep last night. I've taken a couple naps today, so I'm a little spacey. But I met the sweetest dog today. I kind of want to wait for story time till Rack gets here. I don't know how long he's gonna be though. Okay, I think that works. I won't spam that server. Bonk, bonk, bonk. This new so for any of my DVD fans out there, this new background is sick. First of all, they reworked Red Forest. They didn't add a new map. They just reworked Red Forest and included this like cabin and stuff. There's a couple new survivors. I'm not sure I'm gonna play them. I mean, I have 600k blood points, but I think that's really enough to. I'd rather, man. I could probably get them at least to level 15 to try out their perks. We'll get back to that. We'll get back. Bonk. That's a good server. This is a good server. This is a good server. And Ren is live, so I'm alright. Did I hear you weren't able to see? See what? Are you blind? Wait. Ken, there's no way you've been blind this entire time. Okay. I think I'm good. So I'm just gonna dump some blood points in these new characters. And then we can check out their perks and just hang tonight. Chill DVD stream. Which I know is a little ironic to say about a horror game rated M that's kind of competitive and anxiety inducing at times with the chases and everything. But I find DVD therapeutic at times. But anyway, what's up, nerds? How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you've had good weeks. I have more stories than just the, Oh, you left stream for a second? No problem, dude. I don't think you really missed anything. I have more stories. So, okay, I have a story about the sweetest dog in the world I met today. I have a story about I subbed in an all-women's jazz band last night for like the second time, and it's so funny. I actually tried calling Rack last night on my drive home, and he was busy at the time, so he hasn't been filled in on these stories. I guess I could tell him, and I can just tell him again for Rack, because other people might pop in later anyway. So this first survivor is Renato Lira. Where's the bio? Oh, here. I'm curious what this guy's ethnicity is. It looks like maybe, if I had to guess, like Caribbean, maybe Pacific Islander. Okay, and then the other survivor, Felita, is his older sister. That was something I was wondering. So what's cool about this new killer, called the Skull Merchant, I believe? She... I'll be honest, she's kind of thick. But she has drones. She has a sick mask. And then a sick, like, bionic arm. But she has these skull drones she places, which are absolutely wild. Doesn't seem like the strongest killer they've added. And honestly, I feel like they just added the knight, which I need to start playing a lot more killer, because the knight in particular I really like and I really want to get into. He's not again, he's also not the strongest killer, but it seems like he's pretty good. And you guys know me, I like knights based off my PFP and stuff. You got a dip, Ken? No problem, dude. Stay safe, gamer. Hope you have a nice night. You know, obviously feel free to pop back in. And if I don't see you for a while, take it easy, dude. Chat, can you say bye to Ken? Blood Rush, teamwork. Okay. Blood Rush, teamwork. Oh, I already got him to level 10. Okay. I can pass level 10? I don't know how obvious it is, how tired I am. I was playing Minecraft earlier. Like a buffoon. And then Felita has friendly competition. Oh, another teamwork perk. So these teamwork perks might be like a new theme. I mostly play the PTB just to learn how to play against the new killer, not so much to actually play the new survivors. But waiting for Rack, this at least gives me some time to spend my points. And we can try playing their adepts at first. But the skull merchant seems interesting. So she can place these drones, and when a survivor's in the drone's range, as you'd expect, it detects them, and she can see the survivors. And the survivors can deactivate the drones, but then they get a claw trap on them for a little bit, and you have to wait for the battery to die before you can take it off. And I think if you're in the drone for too long, you actually get exposed, and she can insta-down you. Okay, I might get them both. Level 15. You know what I never thought about? There's no way you can get the adept achievements in the PTB, right? Because they haven't actually added. I don't think they've actually added. Yeah. Yeah, so I couldn't get the adept for these guys in the PTB if I wanted to, because the achievements haven't been added yet, because they haven't been finalized yet. Good news is from what I've seen in the PTB, it doesn't seem like there are any crazy glitches at the moment, unless I missed something. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, I have plenty of blood points, so I'll get them both to level 15. That way I can run 4 perks. And we'll start with Ronaldo. Actually, does this say where they're from? Kite fighting. What is kite fighting? Oh, okay, Brazil. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so it seems like maybe they're all Brazilian, South American. So I was close with Caribbean. I didn't really think Pacific Islander. I was thinking more Caribbean. So I'll give that a point to Bofa. Almost at 15. Okay. So I have 4 perk slots on her. Teamwork, and then I want the last one. Oh, cut loose. Where the heck is that other teamwork then? I'm missing something. It's right in front of my face, isn't it? It's totally right in front of my face somewhere. It looks like the 2 of them running away. Oh, I already have it. Okay. Cool. And then cut this is cool. Cool. I'll get Renato. I said like Ronaldo earlier. Renato. When I was in college, I know I'm a boomer, chat. When I was in college, I had a housemate who is a Brazilian American, and he spoke Portuguese in the house. He was also like Italian. It was funny. At the end of one semester, when his mom came to pick him up, she was very kind. She took me and another housemate and obviously her son I was living with out to lunch, and I was talking to her about, she was trying to get, I think was from Brazil, and she was trying to get Italian citizenship so that my housemate could also claim Italian citizenship so that he could then go to Europe and work without a visa. Just such a power move. I really want to travel, chat. And not just like tourist, like I actually want to live abroad for 6+ months. All right, let's just keep it simple. We'll start with like Jeff. I've been playing a lot of Jeff lately. We'll just keep it simple. Start with Jeff. Start with, this is a funny build. This power struggle build. I basically want to get downed at a pallet and then whack them with a pallet. And then I don't have any red forest offerings. Do I have any on Felix? Because Felix, I have all the perks except for the 2 new survivors. Excuse me. I do have red. Okay. I think with the PTB, you're basically guaranteed to go to the Red Forest anyway, because they reworked it and they want to, test it. Let's see. And similar with Felix, I think I have... Okay, I won't use the power struggle build. I'll use this, like... What is this build? Deliverance, Kindred... What is... This is just like a healing... These are very random builds. This is like a gen rush build. So I need flip-flop. Where's... I need power struggle. Power struggle. Tenacity. Tenacity and unbreakable. And I can do this power struggle build. I'll bring the red forest just in case, because I have them. So for anyone who doesn't know how the PTB works, any of the blood points you spend in the PTB don't matter once the PTB ends. The PTB is, I think, like a week or something, and it's usually based on progress from like a week before. It's like these blood points I've already spent on the live servers. Bring a beamer and bring a sports flashlight. Just bring out one of these brown toolboxes. Okay, cool. We have each of the two new. Oh, we have another TTV. I wonder if they're live. Let's see. Let's see. Deadbeat Dan. That's not a bad name. I vibe with that name. Oh, and there's another Twitchy Squirrel. No, maybe that's just Twitchy Squirrel. Maybe they're not on Twitch. I saw the word Twitch. Twitch.tv/Deadbeat Dan. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It's, it's thinking about loading.
There you go. All right, hold on. Let me set this up right. Wow. I'm doing.
All right. Chat, don't embarrass me in front of the other TTV. This was, actually, let me send you guys his stream. If you guys want to go check him out, see his perspective of this match. Gotta put on my gamer glasses. And as we all know, this is the first match of the night. It's not canon, whether I escape or not. Not canon, doesn't count. Just a warm-up. Unless I escape. No. Actually, if I escaped, then it was not. It was canon. We count that. If you do pop in his chat, though, please, be respectful. You don't need to bug him about me. If you want to tell him, like, hey, Bo sent me, like, that's cool. Ooh, this is spooky. I like it. Oh, this is super spooky. Oh, I didn't see. Oh, I'm loving this. It's so much denser. I like how it gives you a lot of places to hide in terms of vision. But ironically, the drones make that hard. You can actually see the radius of the drones, which he places them. Hopefully it's a skull merchant. No, it's a Wesker. Okay, that's fine. We'll still play this. Another thing about the PTB is there's no DC penalty, so you can just leave matches. I know that's a fake redeem, Quinn, but it was a good try. Oh, I'm actually right next to this person. We'll see if he comes right back. Okay. Hey, this is a Hook Kate. That's a funny name, oddly topical. This is actually my first match of the night. I'm really loving the rework of Red Forest. Looks super pretty. I was saying I like how there are places to hide visibly. Sorry, I'm pretty tired, so I'm kind of spacey. But thanks for popping in, dude. Hope you're having a nice night. And chat, I'm chewing on gum, so if you can hear that and it's obnoxious, just let me know. I'm gonna try not to just mac right into the microphone. Oh, I appreciate that, Kate. Thank you. If you're playing too, you know, best of luck, have fun. It's not about winning, it's about having fun. It's, you know, it's a video game. But yeah, I know a lot of people with the PTB, this is kind of jumping back to the convo. A lot of people with the PTB, because there's no DC penalty, they'll just, whenever it's like not the new killer, they just dip. Which, I kind of get it. Like I said, I'm on here to like check out, primarily to check out playing against the new killer because I'm a survivor main. And then also like to see the new map and then like finally to see the new survivors or try the new survivors. But, you know, I'm not just, especially because I'm live, I'm not just going to lobby dodge a bunch. That's just not fun, you know. Usually the matches are pretty quick though. I don't know how MMR works on the PTB. He has no idea. He has no idea. Oh. Okay, I got the speed boost from the hit at least. I just don't want to get grabbed. Yeah. Okay. I think there's a window. Yep, there's a window here. And run this. Oh, I ran into him. I'm dead.
Too bad you won't make
Oh, all right. I just remember my build. I want to go down by a pallet. He is a little confused where I went. There's no way I crawl all the way to this pallet. Oh my god. I might actually crawl all the way to this pallet. So tenacity means I can crawl while recovering. Unbreakable means I recover more quickly and I can get myself up. I kind of want him to find me so I can save my unbreakable for later. I kind of want him to... Okay. Oh. Renato got me. Oh, Renato, please. Thank you, brother. That's actually the other TTV. Nice work, nice work. But yeah, and then flip-flop the bottom perk means I can take up to like... It's like my recovery on the ground converts to wiggle progress up to like 25% or something. And I only need like 25% to use Power Struggle, the perk on the right, to smack the killer with the pallet while I'm on his back. Okay. Oh, I can give him... Chat, this is it. This is the T and the L. I ran into something. Oh. Oh, that was close. I kind of ran into the barrel there. Okay, now he knows I have tenacity now. I think you also crawl faster with tenacity. Not just you can crawl well recovering. But still, it's great that I wasted his time earlier. Oh wow, these decorations are new on this map, and these are creepy. I like the pelts. Hopefully that's not skein. What's up, Steve? Thank you. I think he has an event beamer. Steve's in their flashlights, I swear. I know when I play Steve. I play Scoops Ahoy and I bring the flashlight. I used to be a Steve main back in the day. I started playing DVD, man, two years ago, maybe? Almost. It was like spring, maybe summer 2020. I got into this when the pandemic started. I've been hooked ever since. What a dad jokes. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm sorry. Okay, we need to be careful because that's her second hook on the Jane. This is gonna be her second hook. So this Steve, if he's feeling altruistic, needs to take the next chase. Oh. Oh no, that's not. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. Oh. I think he's gonna... He'll probably make it to a hook. Oh, you know what? Can I?
Stop.
I'm just gonna... Oh, he... I'm confused. He should break this pallet. Oh, that was close. Oh my god, my cheeks are so clenched. I gotta pull him away from the hook. Oh no, he went back. Okay. I'm gonna bomb this hook. I didn't see where the gates were, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Oh, I ran into a tree. He's gonna... Okay, he did throw me. Hopefully I can pull him away. No, he's not gonna chase. Oh, they got the save. They got the save. What's up, 9? Chat, say hi to 9. We have a celeb in the chat. Okay, hello? Can I vault this? Why can't I vault that? Am I glitched? Is something wrong? What's wrong? Am I missing something? Can I not? Okay, the Steve did go down. That's actually best case scenario. Where's a gate? I don't know what the gates look like now. 9, if you want to hop in, bud. Oh, fuck. Oh, oh, that's so bad. Okay, this might be a 4K. Oh, I should have gotten closer to get that save. Man, that's on me. That's on me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hop in this locker. And we'll see if I can get that save. I'm good, 9. I'm tired. I didn't sleep last night. I took a couple naps though. It's a little spacey. But yeah, if you want to hop in, feel free. You don't have to hop in the VC. Rack's gonna join me. He might know I'm here. Okay. Ooh, this is a really sticky situation. I do feel... No, it's okay. I'll grab you. It's okay. Oh, oh, for... Fuck. Feet. Alright, never mind. Hatch game. I think I may... There's no way I lost him, right? No way. Okay, I got you, brother. Oh, he missed me? Please, take hands. I'm fucked. Right. If I can get him... Oh, dude. No. I can get up. I can get up with my unbreakable. I still don't know where a gate is, though. You gotta download the PTB. Luckily, the PTB, you only have to download like a couple gigs, whereas I'm gonna wait. Okay, he did pick up. I am gonna get up. Let's hope he doesn't have barbecue, because I don't think I'm gonna make it to a locker in time. Sorry, Dan. You've been a real one. I appreciate your service. I'm gonna... It is the... Yes, 9 is the battle build. I'm dead. Oh my god. Kate, thanks for the follow. I'm already dead, though. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. I'm big dead. Woo. Oh, yeah. No, he grabbed me. Oh, wait. I don't make this. Ooh. Is there a pallet? Is there a pallet? Is there a pallet? Oh, that was crazy. I can't believe I got that stun. Gamer breathing. I need a... He's gonna vault this. Yeah, and then he's gonna... I think I make... I don't... Yeah, that's what I thought. Rip. I'm just gonna... Don't mind me, sir. He's minding me. Damn, look at those peepos. I kind of wish he didn't wear the sunglasses. That was a good first match, though. That was a lot of fun. I hope our fellow TTV Dan had a good time. Not a bad warm-up. Not a bad warm-up. But yeah, I was saying to 9 earlier, what's nice is the PTB is a differential update, so it's only like a couple gigs compared to when you go from PTB back to the live servers. You have to like re-download the entire game, and it's like 26, 30 gigs. Rack also has to update. Peanut Butter Swift. Yeah, like Taylor Swift, it's her long-lost cousin. What's up, Vibes? Ooh, I can't spell. PTBDs. Oh, that's such a good one. I'm gonna... Oh man, Dan has a private profile. That's kind of sad. If you're TTV, I don't know why you wouldn't want it to be public. Well, I shouldn't say that. Is everyone... Oh! Ultraviolet. I can't comment. Twitchy Squirrel. I can comment on Twitchy Squirrel. The Jane. I'm just gonna say something, you know. Plus rep. You know, decent. Survivor. Teammate. Good luck, have fun next. Bet. Alright. Moving on. How goes the avocados? That's a deep cut for the real ones. Arbiter just messaged me and said President's Day is a fake holiday. 9. Oh. Sir?
Hello there.
Cowboy Winston?
I'm no longer Cowboy Winston.
Well, unless you play Splitgate and it changes your name again.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, we should play more Splitgate sometime. That's just like stupid fun to pick up.
It is. I honestly, if I played Splitgate again, I'd probably go back to Stonk. I don't know.
Oh, right. That was the one that it kept changing you to.
Yeah.
What's your... No rush, but what's your ETA? Like, should I play another match?
100% for patching DVD. Oh, now it's got to verify. You've got at least 3 more matches.
At least 3 more matches? Yeah, man. Dude.
I should be ready soon.
Yeah, no rush. I can vamp, entertain the people. Oh my god, wait. No, I should tell the dog story. Okay.
Mhm.
So, TLDR, I have dog sat on the side like a couple times over the last few years.
Okay.
Just with this
friend.
which is like a friend's, like her family.
Okay.
And they had a couple labs, one of which has passed away, but they got a new lab. So it's still 2 labs, one I already know, and one I just met today. And he is, I swear to God, the friendliest dog I have ever met, which is crazy because he came from like an abusive household.
Oh, he's got nothing but love to give,
dude. It's crazy. Like purebred black lab, you know, just gave me like the sad cow eyes. Wanted nothing but love, and
you gave it nothing but love.
I gave him nothing but my love. Hold on, I gotta check Rack's messages.
Yeah, where's Rack? That son of a bitch.
Oh, he's in
still
the
at
the
home,
same
but-
boat as you. He said it's 100 downloaded, says patching right now. Once it's done, I'll be on 100%. Okay. So he might,
Might as well wait
I'm
for
just gonna say, okay, 9 and I are waiting while I tell Doggo story. Anyway, you should be able just to join my party when you get on there. So I mean, Nine, you've seen me in person. Rack jokes that I'm short, but I'm a fairly big guy. Like, I'm a tall guy, and so I'm used to not just dogs but pets and even people being kind of afraid of me. And so like I drive to their house and I park at the end of the driveway, and
I heard that we're telling a story about a dog.
yeah. Okay, so I'm telling the story about this really sweet. So Rack, my party's open, so whenever you can launch the game and join, just
Oh, hold on.
It says 1.83 gigabytes of 1.83 gigabytes downloaded.
yeah, it's okay. I'm telling the story. So basically today, okay, well, first of all, I agreed to meet the dog at like 2 p.m. Put it in my calendar, forgot about it. So I'm gonna call it like 2:20. As soon as I see the name, I'm like, oh my god, I forgot. Wasn't a big deal. You know, the lady I'm doxing for, she's like, I'm home all day, no rush. I was like, no, I can literally come over right now. So drive over. They're like 2:30. Park at the end of the driveway. He's like by the garage. It's like a long driveway. You know, and she's outside with this new dog on a leash. And at first, he's purebred black lab. So he's kind of like medium large. And you know, he sees me. He's like, oh, you know, bit of barking. And I'm standing at the end of the driveway. I was like, hey, you know, why don't you come to me? You know, instead of me approaching you. She's like, yeah, no problem. So it's like maybe a couple 100 feet at most. Sorry, let me convert that. That's like 60 meters. And so, you know, she starts walking towards me, and already the dog kind of calms down, and then I squat down just to make myself smaller. And as soon as he gets within like 10 feet of me, this dog is all over me, like in a good way. He's like, comes up, he's sniffing me, he's like sticking his nose everywhere. I'm like, bro, chill. And Rack, what you didn't hear earlier is this dog, for context, this family has 2 dogs, one of which I've dog sat before with an older dog that has since passed away. And then they just recently got this new dog who came from an abusive household. And I'm talking about how it's this, I swear to God, this dog is the friendliest dog I've ever met. And I cannot believe that he came from an abusive household. And specifically, it sounded like there was a guy who kind of physically abused the dog, like possibly kicked him down the stairs, like into the basement sort of thing.
Jeez.
And then like,
What an asshole.
yeah, I can't believe some people would do something like that. But then there was like a trainer who was a guy who had the dog for a bit, so I don't know if that helped. So anyway,
Okay.
oh my god, just friendliest dog I've ever met. And like purebred black lab, only 2, so like very friendly, but not super trained, not super predictable. So, you know, like when I dog sit in the future, I just have to, you know, be ready. And I'm comfortable like grabbing this dog and like yoinking him off the ground. Because, but the thing is, like, you know, I was trying to like feel things out, and I even like at one point I was like hugging him, like my arms completely around this dog, you know, and I'm not like trying to elicit a trigger or something, but just kind of like testing the water, seeing what he's comfortable with. And he was loving it, dude.
I love animals so much.
Oh, good boy.
Dude, dogs are too pure for this world.
For
Like,
real.
we don't deserve dogs.
Dogs are the only animal that will love you more than it loves itself.
Yeah, and then cats are bitches. I love cats too, but like cats will be like, "Go fuck
hey,
yourself."
Hey, before you say that, let me cover Winston's ears, bro. What the fuck?
No,
Cover
Winston knows it. I still love Winston, but he knows it. Yeah, so it was so funny though, because then like I follow the lady I'm gonna dog sit for. I follow her inside and get reacquainted with the older, like yellow lab who's a bit smaller that I've dog sat before. And you know, That yellow lab kind of barks at me at first, doesn't seem to recognize me at first. It's been like maybe a couple years.
He's like, what the fuck? Who? Oh, it's you.
No, for real. Well, and she's getting to the point where she has like cataracts, so I'm not sure if she like recognized me visually at first, and then like she kind of smelled me, figured it out. Luckily, she didn't get the younger dog to like freak out. But they were both. It was so funny. You know, they both wanted all my attention. They're both like leaning against me, lying on top of me. It was so funny though, because the younger dog. I guess I can use their names. So the newer dog, his name is Goose. Love that for a dog.
Oh,
And the older dog, the yellow lab, her name is Lily. And so Goose is like trying to play, and he's like, just his mouth is just like around her ears, like growling and stuff. And she like does not care. She's paying him like no attention. She's just like, new person, I'm getting pats. But I'm so excited to watch these dogs. And I suggested to the owner, like, hey, you know, because it's not going to be till like October that he really needs me to stop by and watch them and stay over. Like house sit, but also both these dogs kind of have some anxiety.
like separation anxiety.
Lily definitely does. Sorry, spacing out because tired.
Separation anxiety.
Yeah. And so, I suggested the owner, like, hey, you know, if it makes sense sometime soon, why don't we take both dogs for a walk? And like, I'll walk Goose in particular because he's larger. And unfortunately, although he's very friendly, recently, I don't remember how recently she said this was, because, you know, this owner, she's not that tall, not very big, and this is like a 60-70 pound black lab.
Yeah, they're big dogs.
He bolted after something on the leash, and she actually got a concussion.
Oh my god.
And he hasn't done anything since then. And I'm used to controlling big dogs. I grew up with a Brachnosis. I grew up with a black lab mix of sorts, who was probably like maybe 80 pounds.
Do you remember my
Oh yeah, I remember all your puppers.
my black lab?
Wait, your black lab?
My first dog was a black lab. His name was Captain.
No, I don't remember this. I'm not sure I met
He
Captain.
was a big boy.
Oh, my friend Nebs
Your
in chat.
cousin definitely did.
Yeah. My friend Nebs in chat said that she just found out a few minutes ago that they're getting a new puppy on Saturday. That's so hype.
Oh,
Tell me more.
Awesome.
Tell us more. Oh, so Rack, you've never played on a PTB before. So a few things to know. One, I think we're more likely to get the revamped Red Forest map, but I'm bringing offerings anyway. Any blood points and stuff you spend in here, don't. So the PTB kind of takes a snapshot from your account from like a week ago. So anything you've done in like the last week probably like isn't on your account right now. And I think you can't buy anything even if you wanted to, like with real money. But just any blood points you spend and stuff, it's not going to roll over to the live servers. So if you want to like dump points into somebody, just know that like once the PTB ends in like a few days or something, it will go back to the live servers, which is like separate progress. There's also no.
Will I get the blood points I earn playing now?
No, PTB
That's
progress
crazy.
is separate. So like I said, PTB progress is like a snapshot from about a week ago, and the progress is totally independent from the live servers. And if you switched back to the live servers, first of all, you have to like re-download the entire game, which is like 26, 30 gigs.
So annoying.
But yeah, it's totally separate progress. The PTB is just so you can see the new maps, the new survivors, new killer, new perks, that sort of stuff.
This is the PTB where everything is made up and the points don't matter.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like crypto.
Hey, I get that one.
Nice reference.
Anyway, I'm ready when you guys are, but
I love London Tipton.
dude, I was just gonna
That's
gloss
really
over it,
fun.
not pay it any attention.
So there's a story to this name. You guys want to hear the story?
Yeah,
I
man.
feel like if you say there's a story,
Yeah, we have to hear it now.
It's the
Do
law.
you guys know about the quarry? Like that?
Yeah, the game. It's similar to Until Dawn.
Yeah, yeah. So Brenda Song is an actor that plays in the quarry. Do you guys know who Brenda Song is?
Is she the one that played London Tipton in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? Okay.
Yes. And so my friends and I saw that, and the entire time, whenever she would like show up and
You're
say
just
her
like, oh,
line,
London Tipton.
we would mock her, and we would do like a
Yeah, I mean, she's a woman, so we always mock them, right, boys? Boys.
I'd like to affirm
Anyway.
that I do not. do
yeah,
that.
you're alone in that boat.
All right, now Rack made it weird.
I do not associate with this man.
By the way, guys, say hi to Boiler in chat.
Hi, Boiler.
Boiler boy.
Hello.
He always says hola.
Bola.
Yeah, he always says hola bola, which is funny because I'm almost certain he does not speak Spanish. Yo hablo un poquito de la español, señor. No, wait. I actually have I'm sorry to interrupt the London Tipton story, but just a tiny aside. When I was working dispensary security, one time a guy came in who was Hispanic. He was like an immigrant, and he spoke primarily Spanish. His English was not very good. And so he asked me, he's like, oh, like, do you have somebody who speaks Spanish? And I literally said to him, I was like, oh, lo siento, yo hablo un poco de español. And he kind of laughed at me. He went, un poquito. Like I said, oh, I speak a little Spanish. And he went, you speak a tiny bit. And I was like, see.
Look, he's looked down, disappointed in see.
Well, what was crazy is we had a bud tender who spoke not only English and Spanish, but also Portuguese. So that was pretty cool. And then one of the managers, his family was, I want to say, Puerto Rican. And so he spoke a little bit of Spanish, like passable, but he definitely didn't claim to speak Spanish. Boiler said,
That hurt to read.
habla español y señore. Okay, it is a skull merchant. So,
What in the world is a skull
Yeah, the
merchant?
drones.
yeah, so, trial by fire, you boys figure it out. Okay, no, I'll give you the TLDR. So
Drones?
so she sends out these skull drones. You can see the radius.
On it.
If you're in the radius, she can detect you, and if you're in it too long, you become exposed. And
If
so,
you're in that radius, you can't detect her at all.
right, yeah, she goes undetectable. Well, when she's in it, she goes undetectable, regardless of where you are. Yeah, and so you'll notice after a bit they deactivate, and then you can disarm them, but then you get a claw trap for a short bit till the battery dies. So you'll figure it out. It's not the most complicated killer.
Ooh, this is new.
Dude, I love this rework. Like,
It
I
looks really
love visually. I'm already in chase. She is chasing me. I'm being chased. Oh, I'm getting hit here.
Did you hear that I got a fish?
Yeah,
Ooh,
a
what kind of
beta
fish?
cuckfish. I'm dead.
It's actually pronounced beta.
Well, beta is also how, and excuse my foul language, Brits say beta. I think they just say beta. But I know that it's a beta fish is spelled with 2 T's. No, please. I'm so close. No. Thanks. Thanks,
She
Miss,
turned the other
Miss
way,
Tintin.
dude.
Dude, she looked at you like you tried. Thanks for the lurk, Boiler.
Oh my god, those are so weird.
But yeah, tell us about what'd you name him? Zeus?
Oh, so no, I named him Odin.
Right.
Completely
I was
different
close.
Culture.
No, I was close.
It was a completely different culture.
Close. No, okay,
Anyway,
but in all seriousness, I would say that comparing the
Mythological god.
Greek pantheon to the Norse pantheon, those are similar. They're both like all father, Figures.
I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, I thought Odin was Zeus's son.
No, Thor is Odin's son.
No, Loki is Thor's son.
No. Loki's just also Odin's son.
No, you're my dad.
Yes. Boogie woogie woogie.
Oh, so okay, so these are the deactivated drones.
Yeah, I tried to get one and she was
Yeah, you
waiting.
need to wait for it to be like the double thing.
It was.
Oh, but you can't run into the double thing.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh,
She
you're just
hit me.
Oh. Well, why didn't you just say that?
I did.
I'm being chased again.
So, what makes her undetectable?
If she's in a drone radius, she goes undetectable.
Ah, so she goes stealth.
Oh, she has a... I screamed after she broke a pallet. Oh, I'm at Shaq. Shaq
is-
looks dope
Who
as
is
fuck.
This guy. Oh, that's Dwight. Nice hat.
Hello, my friend. That is definitely a chat message from Mad there.
Yeah, I don't... I'm like... I think he's just memeing, but I am gonna have to message him later.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
distressful.
no, I could have seen myself with a pallet! I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Not full. You're excused.
You're not excused.
Thanks.
Yeah, fuck you, bro.
You're not my dad.
Yeah.
You're not my dad.
So this is going great, boys. There's like so
It's
much
going
going
great
on.
for us. Not so good for you though.
Yeah, I'm getting. This is, you know, this is streamer hate. I've always said it. I'm being targeted.
Bro.
This is streamer violence.
Oh my fucking
Dude.
god. That was just unlucky.
No, you
that's
missing
not
skill
unlucky,
checks over
you're
there?
just bad. What do you mean? That's
Okay, the
two
fir-
skill checks in a row, bro.
The first one I missed, the second one I got up and it blew up. Excuse me?
No.
Felix? You killed me. Oh, that's the inactivated one?
Yes. And then see to our right, that's an active one.
I don't see the difference.
No. So to the right, see how it's orange with the lines
Yeah.
compared to like the spinny yellow. So you can watch when that
They're both
deactivates.
spinny yellow from
No. This one is not. No, see. Look. Use your peepos.
My peoples don't work too good, apparently.
How about you peepo these nuts?
I'm on my way.
Mad said I'm Gucci. I hope so, man.
So,
Gucci
who's
gang,
the
Gucci
are the
gang,
new
Gucci
survivor
gang.
perks interesting? I haven't seen any
They're
of the perks.
they're okay. There's one. So the survivors are Renato and Thalia. I think all three new characters are Brazilian. At least the survivors are. So Renato has a perk called Blood Rush, where when you're on Dead Hook, oh, if you see an eye above your head, it means she sees you, by the way. She can like pull out a scanner if you have like a claw trap on, and she can,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, oh, she's big looking at me.
This map looks great, by the way. With the rework. Hello.
Okay, so Renato has a perk called Blood Rush, where if you're on Death Hook and you've been healed, you can like injure yourself to get your exhaustion back, and then if you're not hit, you just heal again. So it's like a risk. She's coming, by the way. It's like a risk reward thing, but it's, I feel like it's pretty specific.
Ha ha ha, you said coming.
Calm. Yeah, Matt, if anything weird happens, bro, just send videos, I guess. Leave tapes.
13 of
But
them.
yeah, that was, the Blood Rush was the only perk that really stood out to me. I think Thalia has decent perks, but I don't remember them all off the top of my head. I'm more so trying to get the gist of facing this killer.
This killer's pretty badass, though.
She has a good ass, if you ask me.
All right, man.
Rack, what did I message you? I think he asked me like, "Oh, what do you think of
thick killer?"
He's like, "What do you think of the new killer?" I said, like mid stats. What the fuck? It was like mid stats, but like peak dumpy, something like. Those weren't the exact words, but that's like what I meant.
Let me look.
She joined the Pantheon with Big Mike.
Oh, dude. Oh, I think she's down. She's down there. No. Oh, let me take.
Well, there goes my sprint first.
That was your first mistake. Now that you guys are here, I will
said,
probably.
Yes, sir. She's not great, but she is thick, so we approve.
That sounds about right. Am I a problem? No, I'm not.
Yeah, shmeep shmop.
Shmeep shmoop.
Oh, I see what you mean. With
Yeah, so that's an active trap. And so keep in mind, she could just pee-pee poof out of that undetectable. And I think she has add-ons. Man, I want to say there's an add-on where the undetectable lingers. Don't quote me on that. There's definitely an add-on where, like, if you're in that radius, you get blinded, which is meh. There's one where you get exhausted. Like, she has decent add-ons. Like, they're honestly, especially the brown ones, are, like, not garbage. Oh, she can also recall drones. And she don't, I would get out of that. You want to get out of that. Yeah, you don't want to walk into it when it's active like that. Because she can see you and you'll eventually become exposed. No. It's, dude, you literally just said, I see how it works now.
I didn't see the lines, I swear to God.
Oh, she's on me. I might be big dead. I'm in, hey, oh, hey, Rack, you want to take chase? Hey, Rack, chase, please.
Where are you?
I'm in check, you ran by me. Oh, I'm fucking stupid.
Dude,
What is
and
that?
then I
What-
thought
how-
you
how-
left. I was waiting for you.
What is that bar that's being filled up around me?
That's the battery on the claw trap. So because I like an idiot, tried to remove the claw trap during chase. Thanks, Rack. So you have to wait for the battery to run out.
Trying to take the chase, and then
No, I know. I unironically said thanks. I just feel kind of bad. She's chasing me. Oh, Rack's
I just
dead.
screamed for no reason.
That was her kicking a pallet. It's a perk she has. Wow, if I could get some more frames, I'd big breach that. You know what I'm saying? I think she dropped chase with me, which is kind of wild.
Yeah, she's on me. She's on me now.
Oh. Well, Is there a gen I should do?
There's one where we just
the
were.
random quit too. That's so lame.
Oh, I'm gonna get... What I like about the drones is they need line of sight, which is kind of cool.
Bro, where's the pallet down here? There it is.
Dude, So, yeah, part of the PTB rack is, there's no DC penalty. You can just dip a Rooski.
Still makes you lame.
Did you find the gen?
Oh, I found the gen. Oh, but she's looking at me.
She's picking me up.
Yeah. She knows I'm here.
Oh, I'm going to the basement, too.
You think I can finish this?
You want to go for a hatch game?
No. I want to finish this gen, and I got like 4 lockers to hide in. It'll be great.
Dude, my stream delay is so bad. You're still running around on my...
Try refreshing it. I find the longer I watch a Twitch stream, I'm so fucking...
Did you just blow it up?
I'm gonna...
Dude, that's crazy. To have it in the bag like that.
And she kicked it? There's no way she knows. There's no way she knows. I'm gaslighting her into leaving. There's no way. There's no way she just left. Nine, just hold on. You're gonna die. I'm sorry. There's no way I make it to you. She's going back to you anyway. I just want to...
Dude.
I think you should finish the gen, though.
I don't think he's capable.
I really wanted that gen, man. I really did.
Dude, it didn't look like it.
I really wanted that gen. She can't find the nearest hook. Oh my god, please walk through pallet. Please. I beg. I beg. I beg.
Take a quick detour, please.
Jeez, bro.
Mad said that he's gonna leave puzzles for his disappearance that we can solve over the next 10 years.
I'm down. Fuck it. That sounds like a banger YouTube video. My friend went missing.
I
10
solved my
years
friend's
ago.
murder. A decade in the making.
The thumbnail can be him with a red circle around with an arrow.
No, we do the skull drones.
Gotta hit him with a GG easy. Simply built different.
I will hear
Mad said, okay, Nine. Mad said as long as I'm linked in the description. The real E. E.
More like the real eat bitch. Why'd you leave the game?
Okay. All right. Settle down. Heated gamer moment.
What's new, bro?
So I kind of shared about the dog. Okay, so the reason I tried calling you last night was, oh man, Nine is gonna kind of miss this, but it's fine. So
On the way home from, I assume, a rehearsal.
Nomad, I didn't get a dog. I told a story about today I met a dog that I'm gonna dog sit. Sweetest dog I've ever met, even though he came from like an abusive household. I'm not gonna retell the story now. I'm sorry. I can tell you later. So anyway, what did you say, Rack?
I said I assumed that you were on your way home from a rehearsal.
Yeah, exactly. So last night for the second time, I subbed in this all-women jazz ensemble.
That's crazy because I top in one of those.
So anyway, so this is my second time subbing in the group, and it's very fun. Like it's a good level, like playing level for me to just like sit in and sight read the music. And I've been sight reading. You're the very cool dude. Matt has just become a bot. And I mean that as in bottom. So
become a bot. The bot chooses you.
Oh, cool. Nine's here with the story. So a few funny things happened with this group. So the first time I played with this group, like I said, all the full-time members are like women or
okay, sub boy.
Like mostly cis women. There's at least like one trans woman. Well, actually, I think it's trans F to M, so trans man. Excuse me. There's definitely somebody who's non-binary, so it's like a nice mix of people. So, like the edit in that place. But a lot of good energy. And so like the first time I played with this group, one of them came up to me and was like, "Oh my god, who's our new sister?" and like put out their hand. And so, I shook their hand. That was nice. But last night, and I don't know if I'm just like a Zoomer guy with a dirty mind, or if this was like actually a joke. But we were talking about phrasing this jazz thing, and it was like this, legato line, this like slurred line, and somebody suggested like, oh, like why don't we tongue this note at the top, yada yada. And so then they, okay, play it that way. Okay, now try it the other way. Cool. And so then the lady says, yes, sometimes it just takes a little tongue. And I just start giggling. And I'm like, in my head, I'm going, I feel like that's not just me. And I'm also, there was an older gentleman there subbing as well, but I was by far the youngest. Everyone else was probably 40s or older.
So you were in a sea of grandmas.
I wouldn't say grandmas. Oh, we got a new chatter. What's up, Elise? Ah. And then what was the other thing that happened? Oh man, last night in particular.
Russy.
Just don't say that.
I'm just reading chat, bro.
I know.
Welcome to Grandma, bitch.
Sorry, but we keep like.
No, it's okay. I'm just tired. You know, you're really derailing my entire stream. So I'm playing Renato now. I don't remember his perks other than
killer.
Blood
Bro,
Rush.
that's cool.
Oh yeah, this. If you go upstairs, there's like big windows. This kind of reminds me a little of RPD. Okay, she's by main.
Yeah, it's so the person in the chat's the killer.
Oh, that's our killer.
Licia.
Oh wait, our random is named Nod for Kisses. Man, now I can't remember. That was like the big thing that happened that was funny. And then a lot of time music, you know, we'll have like measure numbers, and sometimes we'll be like, oh, like go back to measure 69. And, you know, I'm laughing at that.
Funny sex number.
One time, oh my god, there's mannequins on this map, and that was terrifying. Seeing that mannequin off to my left.
Right? The mannequins are spooky.
Yeah, they're actually kind of spooky. Good on you, DVD. You did me a spook. Oh man, I can't remember the other thing. There was definitely like
times.
I don't know how to explain this, but the first time I subbed with them, they like one of the ladies made a joke about they like kind of gave me a hard time. I don't know how to explain this. Man, I'm gonna drop this, but it's a fun group. I didn't like the conductor last night. She kind of like took it very personally whenever people were talking, and they'd be talking about like the music. They'd be saying like, oh, like why don't you take a solo here? And she would like stop the whole group and be like, are you guys done? And be like, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's very like high school teaching.
Dude, I hate it so much. Like I get it. Like if I was in her position, I'd just patiently wait and just be like, and then, you know, share what I needed to share. Unless like I very obviously could tell the conversation was like random. It's hard. You know, you have to balance like using the rehearsal time effectively. But I don't know, it seemed like a little bit of drama, which I'm like, I don't know, I'm just kind of laughing because it's an all women group, and I'm like, ooh, hashtag drama.
Oh my god, that's how you end that story.
But no, I've been in plenty of groups with all kinds of drama. This was a mistake. I made a mistake. I'm dead.
I have a story that's kind of similar. When I was in high school, I played in a college orchestra that was honoring. You guys know who James Horner is?
I feel like I should.
He conducted. He was the person who made like the music for the original Avatar. He did Titanic, I think. But he did like music for a couple movies, and he passed away, so we were doing a concert in honor of it. And so I was playing French horn in this orchestra, and our conductor was like, he was a string player. That's what he did, and he was like a college instructor at probably like one of the biggest music schools in my area. Oh my fuck!
Yeah, dude, she's undetectable when she's in the drone range.
That's gonna be a sick clip.
Call that.
But so like he gave the strings such a hard time, dude. And he would like the strings would mess up. He'd be like, "So you guys didn't practice your part, huh?" Like you should not be making those mistakes. He would say shit like that directly to the strings, like in front of the whole band. And then, like every like maybe 2 hours, he would come to the French horns and be like, "Are you guys feeling okay? Like, you need to take a rest. Like, rest your lips. That's okay." And he was like, the difference in attitude towards the brass compared to the strings was like night and day. and it was so funny.
That's so funny because I usually have the opposite experience where it's like I'm in an orchestra and the conductor's a string player and he just has like, you know, he's hard on, or I'm saying he, I've had multiple conductors where it's usually a guy, but they'll be hard on strings, right? But they like have no concept of how brass instruments work or like how like things that are tough for brass players, and like that can be really frustrating. But I get what you mean too.
Yeah, I don't have much experience with being in a band anymore. I did when I was younger. Bo will remember. We'll call him Mr. T.
Mr. Let's fucking go. Yeah, Mr. T.
He's the only one I've ever.
Thanks, man,
had.
for clipping that. Yoink. Yeah, I liked Mr. T.
I miss him, bro. I think about him sometimes.
Hey, yo.
Late at night.
Dude, I'm not, so okay, so in middle school,
Me and Mr. T, baby.
do you remember, Rack, do you remember the chairs we had where they were supposed to
Yes.
like encourage like a very upright posture for playing? And so they had like, they were kind of raised in the front center.
Yeah.
And so people would make jokes that's like, oh, you're supposed to sit on the edge to soften you up. And I'm like, chill.
Sheesh, man.
You know, kind of related to that, when I was in high school in marching band, there was this trumpet player who missed rehearsal one time because earlier in the day, he went to sit down and some, we'll say friend of his, stuck out a pencil point up on the chair. And I don't know whether he meant to like pull it at the last second or not, but he did it. And so this trumpet player, full force, and he was not a small guy. He wasn't like the biggest guy, but he probably, you know, just put his weight down, went to sit, and he had to like go get it surgically removed. Like he just had graphite in his cheek.
Crazy.
They never found the pencil. Only the eraser cap.
Well, and ironically, my dad got stabbed in the hand with a pencil one time and has like a piece of graphite.
Dude,
Pencils
my
are
mom has
weapons.
the same issue.
Why
Like,
do we give children pencils? That's what I always ask.
I think I have a bit of
Hold
graphite.
on, don't get no, don't get caught, please. 9, I blame you.
I don't understand how they work.
So they need line of sight. If you walk into the yellow bit, they reactivate.
So how are you supposed to?
You just
inactivate?
dodge the yellow bit. It's not that
That seems
complicated.
impossible.
9, I love you, just not right now.
Where is the last gen?
There should be. I'm on one. Wow, this match went quick. There should be 3. There's always 2 spare. I have used like none of my perks. I don't know what they do. I'm not gonna play this character. I just want to fuck around and on the new map with the new killer. I don't want to learn the new survivors.
That's actually a pretty cool mechanic. I like that.
I actually really like it.
What the fuck? I was not in line of sight. You son of a bitch.
She's big chillin'.
Wait, did any of you guys nod for kisses?
I
nodded for kisses.
Also, fellas, I'm on death hook.
Yeah, that sucks.
Fellas, I'm gonna need some assistance.
Just rip it. Let's go, Rack.
Rip it. All right, bet.
Let's go. No, let me heal you. Let me heal you first. Let me heal you first.
Wait, I see it. I see the gate. Wait, no, that's not the gate.
Matt just said monkey. Why did you say monkey? I'm not playing balloons. Now I'm concerned.
No, a while ago I said sniper monkey.
Oh, I missed that. That's a deep cut. That's for the
She had
real.
gate with you guys.
It's for the real fans. Hey, I'm gonna deactivate this trap because I can.
Oh yeah, I'm Rack. So
Fuck, I'm not gonna make it.
He's
I
got
made
you
it.
there.
So Nine, how's it going? Oh, did you just open the other gate? We should all just dip, to be honest.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm disarming the traps. Alright, I'm gonna put a marker for that one too. Nine, did you change up your mic? Because normally you scream and it just cuts out. I like what you did. You can dip. I'm just gonna...
So can you.
No, I want the hatch. Just kidding. Bro, you literally have a crow. You waited so long.
Yeah.
You're cringe. You know that? Crows equal cringe.
Crazy that I was waiting to like I was gonna crouch when the killer came over, but
No,
it didn't.
you're toxic.
That's not toxic.
I know.
She was too busy making me shit my pants.
He shit your pants for you?
Yeah, there's just shit in my pants now.
I'm gonna wait. Can I comment on Nod for Kisses Sis's profile? Oh my god, look at their profile. It's horrific.
I already left. I was nodding for kisses with the rando, and then she randomly came over and
Check the text channel for the VC we're in.
Oh my god.
It's like a horrific demon. And then their name is Nod for Kisses. I feel like that was a trap.
Smoochy smoochy.
the messages are failing to load.
Oh, you should get better internet, forehead. Am I right, Rack, or am I right?
I have a extender down here and everything now.
What?
Hi, that's me. I'm not forgetting. Hey, what's up, Meat Jelly? That's a worse name.
That's
Or better.
No, you know what? That's
Better profile
Okay.
picture. We will take it.
I'm gonna rate. Okay, here's the situation. Nod for Kisses, very wholesome name. Meat Jelly, little bit of an interesting name. Now the profile picture, wow, that was a curveball.
Wow.
Just I was not mentally or spiritually prepared for that. Let me tell you. But thanks for popping in chat, dude. GG's.
you read there about the
Yeah.
stream about?
I am married to Michael Myers and Arthur Morgan and Javier's. This is important information.
It is. It's very important.
It's in their bio.
Usernames Mrs. Dot. Okay, Mrs. Michael Myers. You will.
You
pet
will
Maurice.
pet Marie.
I love that. Nod for head. That's funny. We take those. We take
Oh,
those
man.
W's. I
That's a
love
good one.
you will pet. It's happening.
Ghost Boat. I feel like Ghost Boat goes hard. It's like a sleeper name.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's
Like London Tipton.
Hell yeah.
okay. I'm just.
Brindle, bro.
I don't want to show your whole profile on stream, just for the sake of privacy. But here's the image, chat. So we can all enjoy this together. Get a nice zoom in going.
I don't know if we can enjoy that. That's not the descriptor I'd use. But
Yeah, no, we can all appreciate that. Bro, Rack, I don't want to hear it from you. You're the guy who, when I was allegedly on shrooms, wanted to send me this image where it was like a similar image to that, and it just said nightmare, 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 all caps, yeah. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Meat Jelly.
I didn't send it. I didn't
but
send
he-
it. I
but
waited
to
for
be
the countdown
clear-
and I
to be
was like,
clear,
I wanted to send this.
He waited till later in the night, maybe the next day, when I was like, yeah, no, I'm sober, allegedly, and he's like, oh, I wanted to send you this.
But I didn't.
Okay, I will say it's okay to have bad thoughts when you don't act on them. That's, you know, I respect that.
Part of the whole ADHD thing is intrusive thoughts, my guy. They just happen.
How about you
They show up.
ADD's nuts? Yeah, but you didn't see that one
Oh,
coming.
we're gonna to the Skull Merchant.
How does it feel to have a joke flop? I would not know.
I wouldn't either.
Oh, is
Like unironically, I was proud of that one. I just like, I know you're serious. I'm serious. I'm not disappointed in that joke.
He heard the laughing in his head, and that was enough.
Oh, dude, I
He has
hear
a
more than the
laugh track
laughing in
that
my head.
plays.
He has a laugh. Dude, he's friends inside his brain.
Yeah, because I don't have any in real life. Because they want to send me nightmare.
Nightmare.
I didn't send it. To be clear.
I feel like that would kind of be a banger podcast name. ADD
Nightmare.
I also thought he meant nightmare. But
That can be our podcast.
Yeah, it's one.
Nightmare.
ADD's nuts might be a little tough to get sponsorships is the only...
But if we make
Or
it
easy to get sponsorships.
80, like the number, and
Eight.
and we only do 80 episodes, and every episode we have a D's nuts joke.
It's just 80s nuts.
80s
80 nuts. 80 pairs of nuts.
80 testicles.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of giving her the business at this loop. Okay, she left.
I'm not even mad about it.
All
Oh, now I'm mad about it.
right, man.
Oh, she's thick. I'm not mad about it. What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
I just got scammed.
She's very forward. She just like picks you right up. I appreciate a strong woman. You know, the power.
The power!
Muscle mommy.
Rack doesn't watch Markiplier. Oh, she has DMS.
Aw, she has Franklin's.
Okay, so she has Fearmonger, Franklin's, and DMS.
What's DMS?
Dead Man's
Doesn't mind
Switch.
scrotum.
So after somebody's hooked, if you let go of a gen, it will block for a bit. Ooh, a beamer.
Oh, what did you call me?
It's crazy that there's a beamer on the ground. Like, I don't know where the hell would it come from.
Fuck, man. Shit.
Where were you the night of the 27th?
Ossifer, I haven't had anything to...
Oh, I'm so sorry. That used so much charge. It was like full when I picked it up. Just be careful. She might pop out of that drone undetectable.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm not a doctor, just to be clear.
no, that's okay, that's okay.
No, you're a streamer.
How about you stream your balls live on twitch.tv? Oh, she's...
Go ahead.
Let's get it back. Get it up.
I give you consent
outfit
to
fits that so
stream my
much.
balls on your Twitch channel.
No, I would do it on your channel, to be clear. Your
No.
balls, your channel. You know, I wouldn't want some stolen valor.
you
You know
can-
what I'm saying?
You can... No. I insist.
Oh, I'm dead.
We started a third channel called 3 Nuts in a Sack. And
No, that's the
That's what we call the primo. The fucking
that's the yeah.
nuts in a sack.
Wait, can we talk about to get a little serious? To talk a little bidness. Can we talk about how a lot of content creators on YouTube in particular are going to Patreon
Shitty.
and monetizing through Patreon, right? Because they're not happy with sort of the monetization situation with YouTube, and like within the last couple months, how they're really getting on top of like cursing. But it's like it's weird. Like YouTube just has this history of not being very clear, right? And Twitch has had similar problems where Twitch will just like enforce policies irregularly, and it can be really frustrating. And that's the problem with like something like Twitch being both the judge and well, it would be more like oh man, how does the U.S. government work? You have
It's them being the judge,
judicial,
jury,
executive,
but also being the prosecutor and the defense.
Yeah, dude. You know what my favorite thing about YouTube copyright claims is when you go to appeal
that is
it.
Not a sentence that's
Yeah,
been
no.
spoken.
You just bear with me. You know what my favorite thing is?
Yeah.
When you say so, like, say you post a video and say it has like a DMCA song, right? And somebody says, "Hey, that's my song," but like say it's not. Say it's actually your song and you own the rights. When you go to appeal it, right, and you say, "Hey, this isn't yours," who do you think that appeal goes to?
You would think that it would go to YouTube.
Right, yeah, you'd say like, "Hey, YouTube, I think this person is making a false claim." Now, Rack, would you like to tell us who the appeal actually goes to?
Yeah, so it goes right to the people who claimed the video.
And they just go,
So they can just
"Shmeep
be
shmoop,
like,
nope."
Nope, it's mine.
That makes no goddamn sense.
No, dude, Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's exactly as I planned.
I don't understand their whole system, especially the swearing, because I feel like a lot of the times when I see YouTube videos or like channels get demonetized or like put on restricted viewing, it's because it's not. Oops, sorry.
Damn, Nine really just said
supposed
"fuck Rack."
Kid friendly when there's literally like a YouTube for kids.
Shmoop.
So why does the main website have to cater to
Yeah,
those
so
restrictions?
and as someone who, you know, live streams on YouTube as well as Twitch, to kind of elaborate on this further, when you go to post a video or to live stream on YouTube, you have to, it is a requirement, you have to specify, is this content for children, yes or no? And then besides that, I think you can also label it for mature audiences or not.
Yep.
Right, so it feels like YouTube has all the tools, they're just not being used correctly. Because when you mark a YouTube video as for children, for kids, it comments are automatically disabled. I don't know if you can like, dislike, and you can view it on YouTube Kids. And I'm pretty sure you can view like the kids content on regular YouTube, but obviously on YouTube Kids you can't view the not for children content. And so you would think, like, you know, you have the subsect of content for children, right? And then it's very advertiser friendly as well. Although there's a weird thing with ads. I think actually you can't advertise on that content, now that I think about it. Because it's for children, you're not allowed to advertise on it. So then you have what you think would be the majority of content, which is this like not for kids but not mature. And then you have like the subsect of mature content. Now, for me, in a perfect world, you'd have advertisers who were generally like, yeah, I don't mind my thing running on mature content. You'd be like, okay, cool. And then you'd have like advertisers who say like, no, I only want it on the not for mature audiences content. And that would make sense. But it just, it feels like YouTube is trying to take the not for kids but not labeled mature content and just go like, nope, needs to be more kid friendly.
Yes.
Just so weird. Because like, don't get me wrong, there are certain things that like I don't think should be on YouTube, right? So I think we can all agree, like pornographic material, for example. There's other websites for that. Go to the other websites, post on the other websites, keep it there. Cool. You know, like, and YouTube has a right as a private business to decide what does and doesn't go on the platform. But I think if YouTube wants to survive, you know, they need to allow mature content and allow this like kind of gray area, not for kids, not mature content. The other thing is, I feel like advertisers, I don't know, I feel like most advertisers would hopefully be getting more progressive, and like, because I think generally the audience is getting more progressive in terms of like foul language and these topics. So it'd be like, why would the advertiser care? That makes sense.
Because everybody that runs at the advertising agency that makes all the choices is still 80 years old, like our Congress.
Fruit. Nah, for real though, it does frustrate me when you have like people in positions of power that are like very old, because like regardless of whether they're quote unquote senile or not, they're just of another time, right? And especially when it comes to politics, it's like, I just don't think they speak effectively for like the current generation. Right? I understand you don't want like fucking Zoomers in Congress, right? But
Yeah,
I prefer like
the guy who interrupted the fucking Game Awards talking about Bill Clinton. I don't want that
his
guy running.
rabbi.
Yeah, his
I don't
Yeah.
want that guy.
No relation.
I don't want that guy. But I also don't want someone who's 98. So
Yeah. Yeah, and
Right, so what I'm hearing is Winston for president.
yeah. Yeah. You're
In cat
actually
years,
dead
yeah.
fucking on.
yeah. That's what I've always said.
Sorry, go on.
No, that was kind of it. I've been, in my, half-conscious state. I just went on a whole tirade about YouTube and politics. And
Yeah, you said we were going to talk business.
yeah, so that's my point is, my question was what are your, Rack, you in particular, but obviously Nine, you can answer this as well. What are your thoughts about creators going to Patreon? How do you feel about that? Do you think it's like...
Nine, you can go first if you want.
I think it's a more
Wrong.
reliable.
Sorry, I was speaking for Rack there.
Jenna.
Jen.
But I think it's a
I
more
love
reliable
Jen.
way to make money as a creator, because if you make content on YouTube, it's like, what if you are like the next channel to get randomly demonetized because you said pee pee poo poo at 3:47.
Whoa, what the fuck did you just say on my live stream?
Sorry, that was very crass. But like, if you have a Patreon, then you don't
And
really
you can just
give
say
a shit
slurs.
about. Yeah. I'm.
Can we... Okay. Just to be very clear, no slurs will be said on this stream or any of my streams, just to be very clear.
You had me up until that point.
And then Nine's like, all right, peace out, brother. He's like, I thought you were one of the cool ones, brother. And then just dips. DCs, leaves the call, leaves the server, unfriends me, blocks me everywhere.
Never see Rack again.
I feel
Thought
like
you guys were cool.
Yeah, so like my not even hot take, but my thought is like, so YouTube is kind of putting themselves in a bad position, because by forcing a lot of creators to not make the content that they have been and not being able to monetize it, and in a sense encouraging them to monetize outside of YouTube, it means that YouTube is losing that ad revenue. Because if YouTube is saying like, hey, we can't run ads on this for you, like you don't get any AdSense, YouTube also isn't getting a cut of that, any AdSense. So like, again, I understand YouTube, might not want certain things on the platform, but what really frustrates me, and this is like relates to the whole RT game situation, is like the retroactive enforcement of rules.
right.
That is...
So what happened with RT game?
So what happened with RT is
but I don't know what happened.
I believe what happened is he went to post a video for New Year's that was like best of this past year. And it was literally just clips from videos that he had already posted. And it got flagged. It said, hey, this is not, safe for advertisers. And he said, and he appealed and he said, hey, this is clips, from like these, like it gave him like, I think certain areas. And he said, hey, this was from this video. It should be fine. It was fine before. And then rather than going like, oh, sorry, yeah, no, this stuff is okay. It has been. They went shmeep shmoop. Oh, we'll just demonetize it, all the old videos too.
I think,
And like, so many of his
That's
videos.
so YouTube.
Yeah, and I think stuff just needs to get grandfathered in. You know, it's like, I don't agree with it, but if YouTube wants to say like, hey, new content has to follow these guidelines, I don't think it's fair for them to say like the old content has to suddenly follow it as well. Because one of the nice things about YouTube is like, you can create a backlog of videos, and I'm sure people don't make a ton of revenue off of it, but like, in a sense, you kind of build this passive income where people might discover you through these old videos, and you kind of make a little bit of money off of that. You know, it's like a portfolio. It's like investments. Like
most of the time when I discover a new YouTuber, literally happened today. I don't.
It's not their
stumble
latest
across
video.
a brand new video. I stumble across something from a year or two ago, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, like a deck building tutorial.
Yeah, yeah, you brought that up specifically. Yeah, so I hit up Bo earlier because today I found a YouTube channel, no free promo.
Yeah, don't name them.
Just two homies,
not us, to be
that
clear.
build shit.
Other homies,
and they just like figure shit out. And they were like, "Hey, we're gonna build a patio and a fireplace in the backyard," and then they just did.
Yeah.
And I don't usually watch DIY content, but something about it hit different, and I subscribed, and that was one of their oldest videos. Was that?
Do you regularly watch like DIV content?
What is
Dick and
that?
vagina was the bit. Instead of like, what was it? PIV is anyway. So YouTube, please don't swipe me. So I'm
FBI
asking
agent
for
is hovering over the ban button.
dude. My NSA agent is like phoning a YouTube rep.
He's like frantically like sweating, calling.
Your Honor, he was committing to the bit.
Yeah, officer, it's just a bit.
I have a story later on. It's completely unrelated, but it just made me think of that. I can tell later if you want.
No, go for it, dude.
So it's just a short story. I was at work the other day, and I was doing this like that exact thing. I was frantically trying to dial a number because I needed to call someone. I work at a hospital, so I had to call someone because something was wrong with their specimen. I had to go get him. And to make outside calls, we have to press 9-1 and then the following number.
This happens in my office all the time.
And so
I don't know why offices do this.
You already know where this is going.
100,000%. And the funniest part is because in my office, you only have to press 9, but for some reason, people think they have to press 9-1. So this happens.
Yeah,
all
this
the
is
time.
easily preventable. You
But
just
yeah.
choose a different extension.
The thing is like with my area code, there's a 1 directly like in the area code for the second number. So if you press the first number and miss it, and then you go for that second one, you're just calling 911. And
You're just calling the popo.
Yeah, that happened today, and it started ringing. I was like, oh shit, and I just hung up. But as it turns out, like they changed it because it happens so often at our hospital. They redirected the line, so you have to press 711 now, and not 911.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
pissed off
can
with this.
run up to a drone before it deactivates to disable it.
It's just dumber.
But also, I just realized that the drones have an infinite height. So, like, she put it in the second floor of the main building. And that was a little terrifying. But yeah, that seems so easily preventable. Like, why would you make the exterior extension 9-1 or even 9? Make it fucking like
Right.
2-7 or like 6-9. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that one. I like that second one.
Oh, I was watching, speaking of random YouTube channels, I watch, I think it's called Some Ordinary Gamer. It's this Canadian Mudahar, and he like does kind of random stuff about gaming, Linux, computers, tech space.
You haven't heard of him before?
I was just giving context for anyone that doesn't know. So, I've watched him like a tiny bit, and so I was watching a bit of this video where he was like, "Oh, it's like my dream PC I put together," and he's talking about how it has 2 graphics cards because it's he uses like a lot of virtual machines, and so he can like pass through one of the GPUs directly to a VM. So it's like he runs Linux and he has a Windows VM that has a dedicated graphics card. And so it's like an NVIDIA card and an AMD card. And he's like, yeah, look at those two just happily 6-9ing in there. That was it. That was all I had to say. I meant to clip that and send it to Arbiter. But,
I have a clip. This is the most random thing. I have a clip from, remember when Mark Zuckerberg had to go talk to Congress?
Yes.
I have a clip from that where he was asked some question, like, do you think that they have this, like, issue solved correctly in Europe? Like, something along those lines. And I have a clip of him saying, I think that they get things right. It's just
based Zuckerberg moment.
Because it's like, he's just saying no, but in the funniest phrasing he possibly could have. Like, yeah, they get stuff right, but not this.
That's another interesting thing relating to YouTube. Like, oh, weird. Sorry, I tried to go up to the drone. I guess I'm confused when you can and can't touch the drone.
If there's a big yellow triangle and you run up to it, you can.
Yeah, but I felt like I ran up to it when it didn't do that earlier, so I'm a little confused.
I failed geometry, dude. I don't understand any of
Yeesh!
this. I tried to put the triangle in the square hole and it just didn't fit.
I tried to put the lime in the coconut and shake it all up.
That's so stupid.
Thanks.
And all I got was a hip hop song. I didn't learn anything from it.
I didn't fucking learn anything. This game sucks.
I don't make this. This is bad. This is really bad, but I have Unbreakable. So if she leaves me, which she's not going to, of course.
Rack, you're gonna have to.
Rack, where the fuck are you, dude? Why was I the only one going for this save? Rack's just like, do shmeep shmoop, do Jen. Put the lime in the coconut chicken. Alright, let me just rip this real quick. Alright, one time for the one time. Alright, yeet myself.
London is in need of some assistance.
No.
So I was gonna say, relating to Europe and YouTube,
lime and coconut.
So Europe, the EU specifically, does have a lot more.
Are those different?
Well, I'm just saying
the
the
European
EU specifically.
Union.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because like the UK, for example, is in Europe but not in the EU anymore, right?
Yeah.
So the EU specifically, which is most of Europe, they have a lot more privacy laws, and in terms of like protecting user privacy. And so for a lot of large companies like YouTube, Google, Facebook, whatnot, it's easier for them because they're global to just abide by the strictest policies, right?
Thanks, London Tipton.
And so what's nice is even though the US maybe doesn't have the best privacy policies, because of the EU, for at least for some of these larger companies, we still kind of get the benefits. And like companies like Meta or Google could put in the work to like segment stuff, but it would be a task, you know?
Yeah.
You know, they already can't handle having YouTube Kids and regular YouTube, so like I'm being chased at main.
Maybe don't instead. It'll work out better.
Yeah, man, that's, you know what? She left me. You're right. She left.
Told you.
Yeah, no, that's my bad.
She just walked past me, working
You have so
on
much
this
time in
game.
this game. How do you not figure that out?
Damn.
I'll do that in like a Discord call, and some people will think I'm like crying. I don't know what you guys thought, but I'm just like, I don't have anything to say, and so I just think it's funny just to like
I just thought it was
just,
yeah,
like,
I just thought it was
acknowledge.
funny.
I'm just like, you know, I don't want to like admit you're right or anything. I'm just like, oh shit. Beep boop.
Oh shit! Fuck!
I've been listening to a bit more of the yard lately.
Sonic, is that you?
No, it's Sonichu.
No!
Nine, what do you mean you love Pokemon? Whoa, I just slid. That was crazy. She got that gravity grip pulling me in, you know what I'm saying?
The
gravity of that ass, respectfully. Just one of them space
Gotta
pants.
go to orbit.
I may have accidentally deafened myself.
Cover your own
And
ears.
you a little dumb, huh?
No, I'm just tired. Crazy how I can be really tired and still smarter than you.
There's something about seeing a Dwight in pink pants say that.
Damn, you kind of dumb. And he's just got the fucking, what's that called? A Scully cap?
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Rex just mad because you owned him.
Also, we totally just.
Yeah, you really
Random.
dipped on our random. She's running for her life. She's not even, she hasn't been
Sounds
hooked
like a
yet.
her problem.
She's gonna die first hook if she gets caught. But also the skull merchant really just didn't care.
She just dipped.
There's so many drones. There's at least 3. I think she has 4 by default.
That's crazy.
She's
And
got
yet she doesn't slow
Prime.
down when she places them. You guys hear about I
No,
don't
but
know
I'm
if this
about
is
to.
a thing yet, but I know it was definitely at least in the works. Amazon drones or drones delivering packages.
Yeah, that's why he said Amazon Prime there.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I apologize.
I like that we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah. No, how do you feel about that? So let's read the room on that one.
Like,
Guys, this is just
so
the pod. This is
about like the feelings on drones delivering packages.
Yeah, how would you feel about a drone flying into your backyard and dropping off your
Unmentionables.
32-ounce jar of lube?
I mean,
That you have a weekly subscription refill.
Yeah, you know how on Amazon you can save by like subscribing? You know, like you save in the long run by like committing, yeah, like bring this to me every week. Yeah, 9 goes through a 32-ounce jar. It's glass, it's clear. It has a metal lid. He likes to use a butter knife that he
He has a
doesn't
whole
wash
shelf
after.
of that empties.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's like
He actually
like a cast
refills
iron-
them with his cum.
It's like a cast iron
And,
fan.
and
You gotta leave it on
resells
there
it
for the
back to
flavor.
Amazon.
Yeah, he
As
actually
lube.
returns it to get his money back. But instead of
Yeah.
being filled with lube, it's filled with cum.
It's filled with his semen.
I like the idea of there being just, if there's a weekly delivery, you know there's just one sad drone whose purpose in life is just to deliver lube.
Dude, it's like-
to
This is
one guy.
nice.
It's like fucking Rick and Morty with the butter robot. Master, what is my purpose? You serve butter and nothing else.
You deliver lube. That's it.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
You know what though? Like IRL, I feel like it'd be goated to be paid to like deliver sex toys. You know, I feel like you're doing some good out in the world.
Did either of you guys
You're like, hey,
watch?
you need this. I want you to have this. I paid for it. No, I want you to have it.
Am I not able to set my own server nickname?
I don't know.
I was gonna make my server nickname Nine's Lube Drone, but I couldn't. I can set nines, but I can't set my
I
own.
might veto that one, brother.
Bruh.
Respectfully.
That's what we call the pod.
NLD.
NLD.
I think if we name the pod an acronym, we can.
Nightmare.
N.
No, not November.
I don't love that. No, I was gonna say. So like I have a brass quintet, right? And we've joked about like what we should name ourselves. And part of the joke is we each have like a different name that will like tell people. We'll be like, oh, Brass-tacular, or like brass holes, or
Brass holes is crazy.
or like brass attack, or like each of us has a different name idea. And the joke is like, you know, we'll get an email. This doesn't happen yet. We just kind of meet and rehearse for fun right now. We haven't lined up any gigs. But the bit is that we're gonna respond to emails and just use a different name every time. Like we each have our own name we call the group. Like say I call it like Brass Attack, and another guy is like Brass Holes, and we'll just like be mid conversation. We'll be like, yeah, so when can we expect Brass Attack to line up? And another guy goes, oh yeah, so the Brass Holes will be here at like 7.
Me and the brass holes are gonna show up.
You know how it is. Yeah. So I think it'd be funny if we made an acronym and we never unironically disclose what it actually means, or in a way it can have a lot of meanings, and we let the viewers decide.
How many people do you have in chat right now?
I have no idea. I turn off the number. Oh, I found her.
I have an idea. I'll send
she's
it in a chat
swung really.
Oh, we played with this person earlier, right? Lito.
No, that's just the default name 9. They're in anonymous mode.
Oh. God damn it.
I lost. I did not lose her.
Oh,
hey, how's it going? She's right behind me. I would like to disclose that I didn't know you were there until I was already in the rack. Hey, man. How's it going, man? You all right, man?
All right, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
Rack, is that a Borat impression?
No, it's from the yard. It might be a reference to Borat, though.
It's yeah. Ultimately, yes.
Wah,
wah, wee, wah, 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 wee, wah.
This is my wife.
Great success.
This is my other wife. What's the line? Like, prostitute Kazakhstan #1. This is my sister.
This is my neighbor Nosultag Tuliagbai. He's painting my assholes. I get the step, he must get the step. I get the window of a glass, he must get the window of a glass. I get cloak radio, he cannot afford.
Dude, I only recently, speaking of Sacha Baron Cohen, I only recently saw Talladega Nights.
Oh, dude, that's one of my favorite fucking movies.
It's good. It's funny. It's stupid and
on
fun.
A Boy Scout trip. That was how I discovered it.
Wow, cringe.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Jesus. Sweet. What is it, like 18 ounce?
I like to picture my Jesus in a tuxedo t-shirt. Because it says, I want to be formal, but I'm here to party.
And then what's like the wife is like, oh, you know that Jesus is all grown up. He's like, well, I like my Jesus to be a baby.
I win the races. I pick what baby. Yeah, I'm saying, Grace, I get to pick what Jesus I like best.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Because, like, IMO, it doesn't really matter. Like, he's wrong, but it doesn't matter.
Dude, I love the names Walker and Texas Ranger for your kids. So funny. This is our son Walker, Texas Ranger.
Can't believe that's his first name is Texas Ranger.
And we call him TR for short.
Texas Ranger, no spaces.
No. It's like a fucking username. Oh, I'm Big Dead. Oh wait,
I like
no
picture
wait,
my Jesus
no,
singing
no,
lead vocals
dude,
for
wait,
Lynyrd
wait,
Skynyrd.
wait, 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 please, please pallet,
And
please
I'm in the
pallet, please
front
pallet,
row,
please
and
pallet.
I'm hammered drunk.
Let's fucking go. Dude, she's gonna get
I like
bonked
to party,
so
I
hard
like
with this
my
pallet.
Jesus to party.
She's gonna get bonked so... I don't know what she's trying to do here. I don't... What is going on?
Shake.
There's two
And bake.
very different things.
Are you guys...
We're shaking and baking over here, Ricky Bobby.
My Jesus sings country music on Sundays.
Yeah, I just love my Jesus singing lead vocals for Lynyrd Skynyrd, and I'm in the front row. I'm hammered drunk. Licky Bobby.
Can we... There's a... I heard... So Sacha Baron Cohen's... Sacha Baron Cohen... I think I'm saying that right. It's close enough. People know who I'm talking about. His character, right, is French, and then his boyfriend... The boyfriend character is German and trains hounds, German shepherds, right? And so then all the commands are in German.
We they're saying fuck boy.
I heard... Oh, you need to take the claw off you, Rack, once the battery dies. So she can see you right now. See the eye? You big...
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might
I
want
don't
to...
know how to.
You just leave. Just know
Yeah, I
that she
didn't
can,
know
like,
how to
see where
take
you
it
are.
off.
You gotta wait for the battery to run out. Now you can. Yeah,
It just did.
yeah. So anyway,
Got them
I'm-
nibblies.
I'm pretty sure there's
ran right into her.
I heard something about a deleted scene where the boyfriend, like, hails.
Oh my god.
Bro.
I can neither prove nor deny this. But yeah, you know, they're
I
really
have
riding the line that movie.
never
Early
heard that.
2000s.
Right? Oh my god.
Another
I don't know
time.
There's a lot of
my
movies like
hands.
that.
You know, good old days, brother. When people weren't so sensitive. When you could,
Even,
you know,
like-
speak your mind.
Some older YouTube videos kind of touch that line.
Yeah. I can grab a Rackaroony.
Okay.
Rack and cheese, baby.
How about you rack on these nuts? I didn't like that. Do you see her? Why are we seeing her? Oh, wiretap. I'm gonna go on this gate. You go on the other gate. Actually, if you want to stick by, because if she comes over here, I can pull her away and you finish the gate. No, that's cool. No, that's fine.
There's a drone here.
Wow, she just didn't care. I don't know who was being chased. Oh,
I'm like trying to protect the rando. Okay, we're good.
yeah, we're good.
I don't know where they are. I don't know where the gate is.
This map, the gates spawn on opposite sides always. So, first floor, kind of in the middle.
I'm so fucked, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. To your right after this. Yep. Schmoop.
This person's name is kind of like the opposite of Mary's name, though.
You're the mad. Wait. Oh, hold on. I need to screenshot this.
Matter the head.
All right. Honestly, boys, I think that's my last for tonight because I'm pretty toast. I'm hungry bears. I gotta eat. I gotta rest up. But
Alright, dude.
I appreciate the
Charge your
games, boys.
batteries. Yeah, it was fun.
It was nice catching up. Good energy.
Hell yeah.
I'll talk to you both again real soon.
Have a good night.
Chat, say goodnight to Rack and 9. Oops. Let's see, does that work? Oof. Alright, chat. I don't know how many people are hanging here. But, oops. Let's see if... Is that guy from our first match still alive? Deadbeat Dan? Oh, I don't think he's alive anymore. No. Is there anyone else we know that's live? Preferably playing DBD. Why don't we raid? So my Twitch viewers, I'm gonna raid Friendly Introvert. She's chill, very good energy. I don't know if I've raided her before. I think so.
I'm gonna go for the safe.
But yeah, as always, gamers, nerds, thank you for popping in. Just, you know, whether you're a returning viewer, sorry, I gotta do one thing at a time. Womp, womp. Bonk. So, chat, as always, thank you for popping in. Whether it was just for the very start, the very end, anywhere in between, whole thing, I always appreciate it, especially people who chat. Big thanks to the new followers tonight. We had Meat Jelly and Hook Kate. Thank you guys for chatting. I really appreciate it. A lot of good energy. Like I said, I'm pretty toast. I should be live tomorrow night. I don't know with what yet. And then Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, just like tonight. Yeah, so Twitch viewers, if you're going to join me, I'm going to hang out in Friendly Introverts chat for, 10-15 minutes. YouTube gamers, it's just how the cookie crumbles. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. But otherwise, if you're not joining me, have a nice night. Have a nice night. I tried.